Okay, Gemini, so let's have a look at your career and ambition in the next 2 weeks ahead, from new moon to full moon. I'm going to be talking around, identifying opportunities that can help you, how to get into the best and most productive way of being, navigating challenges, like how might that go? And, what's going on with your finances as well. Now, this is a really great time to be having a new moon in Pisces, because for you, it's in your 10th house, which is all about your career and ambition. Like, truthfully, it's all there. This is awakening your sense of wanting to stand in the world much more strongly and clearly. And I think also in a way that is compassionate, that feels really in alignment with who you are, and also in a way that allows for a kind of passionate, forgiving curiosity. Like those books like Radical Forgiveness. I really like the book Radical Honesty by Brad Blanton. Oh my God, it causes a lot of upset in people, but like the radical changes of consciousness, boy, are they big. And this new moon in Pisces in your 10th house, I think, could really change how you stand in the world, change how people see you as a public person, probably as a public spokesperson, as a career person, as an adult human being. So, like, what do you want to be remembered for? This is your time to come into like the legacy of who you are. What is the gift of you being here right now? These are all the big questions that I think that are going on in your mind. The new moon is the time to really sow those seeds and go deep into them. Now, the new moon has friends. The new moon is not alone in this 10th house. There's also Saturn and Mercury in a really great connection, in a conjunction. There's also Neptune in the North Node in a really rare, very rare conjunction. It happens every 19 years or so. So yeah, there's these 3 sets of conjunctions in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house. Let's say there's a strong energy to be creative, intuitive, to really go from what's going on in your heart to really tune into what's going on in your higher self. What are you saying? Can you connect with your higher self? Can you hear your higher self come in? I mean, like, if you are a creative person or a musician or an artist or a healer or anything like this is right up your street. Saturn and Mercury really help you communicate your product beautifully. You're able to find the structure to kind of hook your work on and communicate about it. It's perfect, exquisite, in fact. Neptune and the North Node are encouraging you to really align your work as closely as possible to your soul's calling. Like, why did you incarnate here? I mean, you might find that funny because, you might be in a career right now that just doesn't feel like it's got any real purpose. And yet we've all had jobs like that. And some of us still stay in them. And, I may well go back to a former job in a year's time. Who knows what will happen? But actually every single job, even if it seems kind of meaningless, overall, I still think we make a difference, even in our mundane jobs. There's somebody that we reach, there's somebody that we talk to, there's somebody whose life we might change. And this is what's coming up. I really think that you are looking for a life that feels like it's worth living. And that there's this sense of expansion that comes through you being here. So this new moon, I think, is giving you the encouragement to step into that, and to deeply step into that, not to hide back. Don't hide back. Please don't. What I love about this is you've got Mars going through your 2nd house to do with money. And he was retrograde. He went retrograde on the 6th of December. He was here. Sorry, got my cursor in the wrong place. He was here. He went retrograde, came back into the 2nd house. And I think all money things kind of ground to a halt. It felt like, I can't quite move forwards. It's like the wheels of creation just kind of ground to a really slow, it just slowed right down. he's gone direct again since the 24th. That's great. He's getting moving. And so the fact that the new moon, that the Mercury and Saturn conjunction are also in this beautiful trine, that's helpful flowing energy with Mars. Mars is pioneering the way. Mars is finding a way for you to earn money. Mars is finding a way for you to raise your self-esteem and feel good about it. And it's moving you forwards. So your second house and your 10th house are really working well together in this 2 weeks. I'm super excited for you. So I think you're going to start to move forwards. I think this is all raising your game. I think the more you align to your purpose or your sense of what your purpose is, I think the more you do that, the more confident you are to move forwards and say, this is what I do and this is what I charge. And also to feel really comfortable receiving it. I mean, what a gift that is, to be able to receive, not just give all the time, because, when you're giving all the time, but not opening up to receiving back, there's an inequity in it. And actually, I don't think it is really that, it's not really creating a true bond between people. I think people like to feel like they're gifting each other and helping each other. So yeah, I think it's great that you're coming into a feeling of comfort in receiving. Now, Venus is a money planet, as well as being an emotional, loving flow planet. I mean, really, she's about flow and all that is good in your life, as is Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, the fact that he's in your first house is great, because that usually helps your profile. Can be a time when we put on weight, by the way. So just watch that out. Watch out for that, because Jupiter inflames, and this is your body, but it's also your public image. And so if you've got Jupiter coming through your first, you're more noticeable. It's a great time for you to talk up and to blog or to raise awareness about what it is that you do. Venus in a lovely relationship with Jupiter is in the 11th house, really giving you a great access to a fantastic range of contacts and networks. You're not alone. There's a lot of ways that you can connect and feel your way out there. However, she's going to go retrograde on the 2nd. She's coming back into the 10th house. She's connecting with Neptune. She's going to connect with Mercury and also Saturn. And I think what's really going on is, before you get ready to network out there, you need to take a step back and just really tune back into your product, tune back into why you're doing what you're doing. And then from the 13th of April, I really feel like, yes, the right contacts will come in at the right time. And yeah, it will feel like, boom, here we go. So another thing you might want to put into your overall career plan right now is the intention that anywhere where you're still reviewing things, you find the right energy to attract the right powerful connections into your world. And I think that will really set what you're about to do. It's going to set it alight. It's going to really, really up the ante for you. So I guess the last thing I just want to share with you, as we come to the end of this 2-week period, the moon will have moved down to the 4th house. And that's likely to create some instability at home, create a feeling of frustration if you're not getting, if you feel like home is kind of not quite in alignment, it's not quite fast enough to represent what you're doing out in the world. It's a little bit of instability. It's not insurmountable, really not insurmountable, but in preparation for this, what I would maybe do is work out, the kind of stability you might need to underpin standing in the world in your new shape. If you understand the person you're becoming, the person you see yourself to be, and also Jupiter is helping you to become a new version of you as well. If you really tune into that new person, and then ask yourself over the next couple of weeks, well, what kind of home does that person live in? What's their lifestyle like? How might they eat at home? What would their routine be? And just start sort of dreaming it in. You don't have to dream it and then kind of feel the lack of it. That would be counterproductive. But really sit in the energy of what your new self, your current self, and what your future self is going to need to support you and to help you feel secure, grounded, and ready to grow into your new career. I do think that will help. And the eclipse will really bring all the things that are supporting you to light, but also the things that might be holding you back from that to light. And ultimately, that level of consciousness is invaluable. So there you go. I hope that was helpful for you. Gemini, sending you lots of love. Have a great couple of weeks ahead and catch you another time. Bye for now.